And welcome back to the Bulldog Blitz Football Radio Show, presented by Two Hats Ranch. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you, and we're joined now by Ferris State University senior slot receiver Emari O'Brien. And Emari, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Maybe talk about just how the season has went for you so far. Obviously, playing a key role here as one of the starting slot receivers here for the Bulldogs, and coming off a couple pretty good performances here at home.
Well, for me, we kind of started off rocky first game of the season, but it's always early like that. We always start off bad, but we came back first couple games after that with a chip on our shoulder, showed the world, showed the whole Division II that we're nothing to play with. For me, I've just been trying to help the team, honestly. I haven't really been making too many plays, but when the team needs me, I'm always there to make a play. So that's about it, about the season so far.
I know you've had a chance really to kind of grow up here as a Bulldog and played behind some great slot receivers that have came before you. Maybe talk about some of those guys that have played in front of you and kind of the lessons they taught you moving forward to help the younger guys now.
Yeah, for sure. When I first got here, in 2019, so I was behind Javon Shaw, Marcus Taylor, Deion Earls, and Fuse. So playing behind them, I learned a lot, honestly. Shaw really just kept me level-headed, maybe because they were TA had him feeling the same way that I was feeling when I first got here. Marcus Taylor, he was a great player, so I kind of learned off him the way he moves, the way he does certain moves, and the way he runs certain routes. He's currently our slot coach, so he still teaches us some plays, some ways he runs his route because he sees it differently than the coaches might see it. Fuse was always just cool, level-headed, so he really wasn't too much. And then Deion, he was just being Deion all the time. So.
Maybe talk about what brought you to Ferris State. Why did you decide to become a Bulldog?
For me, I was watching the game, the national championship game, and I was just like, the slots get the ball a lot. In the high school, I got the ball a lot. So I'm like, okay, I might have a chance to get the ball a lot here. And then my older brother, Lindrell Mitchell, he went here as well. So I was really interested in playing with him because I didn't play with him in high school. So I was interested in playing with him, but when I got here, he was gone.
And then, talk a little bit about, the offense. And you mentioned a little bit of a struggle out of the gate with Pitt State in week 0, but you guys really recommitted yourselves and just really the next 2 weeks with Lake Erie and then with Ashland, you guys just really took off. Just talk a little bit about that dog that, the offense got back in them.
Yeah. So after that game, it was like a wake-up call. It's more so now we're in a competition with our defense. We're in a competition to see if we can score 100 before they can hold a team to 0. That's what it feels like now on the field. So it's more so we're playing against ourselves. Now we're in a battle with our defense. And so we're just playing our game now. We're back to us. So we're going to get going really quickly here.
Yeah, how did it feel for you guys, as the rest of the offense to really see Trinidad bounce back? Because he bounced back in a big way, and it just looked like he was ready to get back out there against Lake Erie, and then he just kept it going against Ashland.
Yeah, so Trinidad, we had to give him a little talk. Trinidad, he was a little shaky first game. First game jitters. Everyone has those. But when Trinidad got back on the field against Lake Erie, he was just like a different person. He turned over a new leaf. Practice that whole week, he was doing great, doing awesome. So I feel like he was just beating himself up, and then he got himself together. So it's like it's not really much that we could do. We could just tell him how we felt about it, and then how he bounced back off of it. So
yeah. So you get through Lake Erie, and then I got to ask you about this in the beginning of that Ashland game, that big return. I mean, tell me your perspective on that.
So it's crazy because literally right before the game, Coach TA was talking about how we always have a bad start against Ashland. We always start off bad. So then he said, we're going to start the game off little short passes just to get a rhythm. And I told him, I said, if we score the first play of the game, you can't get a rhythm like that, Coach. And then Tariq got the kick and took it to the house. I said, I told you, Coach. I told you that we was going to score the first play of the game. We can't get the rhythm. So
what was the energy of the team like? Because you could just see everybody just on the field. Everybody was fired up. On the sideline, everybody was fired up. I don't think I've ever seen Coach Rock that fired up. So what was that like? Because that really just launched you guys after that.
Yeah, because Coach Rock is the kick return coach. So Coach Rock loves kick return, touchdown, big returns. So once Coach Rock gets hyped up, the whole team gets hyped up. So Coach Rock is a big part of our hype because he's not really super energetic. So Once he gets hyped up, everyone's hyped up.
So you guys now get a chance, 2 plane flights this early in the year. It's just kind of weird, but you guys get another plane flight. And how excited are you guys to get back on the field after a bye week and trying to heal some guys up and to evaluate where you guys were through the first 3 games?
I think we're very excited, honestly. I think with the way that we're going now, we're trying to just dominate. So us getting back on the field means we get to dominate again. That early playing fight, like you mentioned, we didn't really do this in the past couple of years. So we're getting used to this as well. But it's just another game for us. We're playing, like I said, we're playing against ourselves. We're playing against the defense right now. So we're out here ready to dominate.
Emari, maybe talk about some of your memorable moments being a Bulldog. Obviously, a couple national championship games since you've been here. Ferris State, you had the trip to Montana last year. Maybe just talk about some of the big moments for you as a Bulldog.
Well, I want to say my biggest moment was probably my first touchdown against Northwood in 2021. So that was probably like my biggest moment. And then one of the key touchdowns that I feel like I contributed with the playoff run again, I think it was 2022. When I scored against Davenport, I caught the ball on one side of the field and I ran all the way across in the snow. I feel like those 2 plays really like shaped how everyone views me. Like I get the ball speed and space and I'm gonna be pretty good. So those plays in the national championship games were just out of mind. Like I didn't really play much in either because the first game it was young and then the second game I was a little banged up, so I didn't really play much. But the experience there to see our team win, it was just great.
I know here in the offense, obviously a lot of talented playmakers. When you think of guys like Tyrese Hunt-Thompson, some of the running backs, maybe just talk about what it's like for you playing in an offense where certainly there's a lot of explosive players, guys' ability to score the ball.
Playing in that offense is just like it's so much better than what it was in high school, because in high school everyone's looking to key on you. But when you have a lot of explosive players, you can't just key on one player. You can't box one player in. You have to worry about what another player can do. So with players like Tyrese and Cannon and James Colby, Trinidad at quarterback, with all the slots, Brady, Tariq, Jeremiah, we're stacked. Cam is a silent playmaker, so once you get Cam going, it's going. We're going to go far.
Certainly, he had a couple big catches against Ashland. As you look ahead here, obviously I know it's a one game at a time type mentality, but you got American International this week. You come back at home, a big homecoming game as always, and always a great crowd. What will it be like to kind of play in front of those fans here at homecoming?
Homecoming, the fans are always loud and live. So I'm really ready to play at homecoming because I'm ready to get back from Massachusetts and get to practice so we can get to homecoming. Because I like the homecoming atmosphere. It's way better than any other atmosphere because it's people coming from other schools to come watch us play. It's people. Our fans are jacked up because the tailgate. They're all out there tailgating. There's way more people out there, so they get to really see what Ferris State football is about.
I know earlier you kind of mentioned the competition you guys have against the defense. What's it like going against those guys every day in practice, and how does that prepare you guys for the next opponent?
For me, I feel like we have the best secondary in Division II football. We probably could compete with a couple of Division I schools if we really tried. But competing against them every day is just like, it's a great feeling because you know that you're going against great players. You know that the players that you're going against have great talent. So it's not like it's a walk in the park. You literally get to work on your craft every day. So that's a great part of playing against the defense that we have.
As you get ready to go into the month of October, maybe talk about some goals that are still out there for you guys as you look to obviously compete for another postseason opportunity.
Yeah, so the month of October, it means we get into the middle of the season. Coach Tia just brought that up last week during our bye week. He brought it up how we were in almost near the middle of the season, which October is middle of the season. So we just ready to get going, because like I said, we had a rocky start, but like the season's going on, we're going to progress. We're going to do better on offense. We're going to add in new things. You're going to see a lot of new plays, new players break away from things. So I'm really excited to see what we're going to do.
Finally here, before we let you go, I know away from football, maybe some things you like to do here when you're not on the football field.
Well, for me, I just be chilling a lot. Like I just sit in the room, watch YouTube. I like to sleep in my free time as well.
That doesn't change when you get older, by the way.
But I'm a part of a fraternity as well, so like I like to make up a few strolls, and I have a clothing brand as well, so I make clothes on the side as well.
Nice.
So,
Well, Emari, thanks for the time. It was great talking with you here today, and we look forward to watching you get back on the field this Saturday against American International.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be back with more of the Bulldog Blitz football radio show after this quick timeout.